down here is what the baby is actually getting. Okay, so because this isn't connected to an oxygen source, you realize that the baby, or there's no baby anyway, but you are still getting 21%. So whatever figure that you see here is what the baby is actually getting, irrespective of what you have said. So if it's too low, here we might have variations. It's not always that you get it at the same level. We might have variation, but a variation of like 5 more or less is not bad. But sometimes you can get like 20 or 30, then you know there is a problem. It's either there's something wrong with the oxygen source, so you will check. Here is central. So you just go around and you realize that all the babies are not getting the required oxygen you're supposed to get. So you refer to the people in charge of it to fix it for you. Okay, so that is what the top here is about. Okay, so we are going to talk about the down parts. I said it's in 2 parts. We have these top parts that talks about the flow, the FiO2 and the pressure. And the down part is more of like a monitor, how you monitor the baby. Okay, so if I'm done here, let me put it off. Yes, so it's in 2 phases. You can put one off and put the other on. So you put this one on. Yes, and this is how it comes on. Okay, so let's pay close attention. I left this here. I said we were going to talk about it later. So it's like this, and it's a saturations cable. Yes, it's used to check the saturations, the oxygen saturations of the baby. It's used to check the SpO2, and this is how we fix it. Okay, so you see, just the shape here should tell you how this goes in. Remember, it all has pins, and we wouldn't want you to be just turning them like that, okay, to break the pins inside. So, and it has these hoods here too. So you just press it like this. It sort of opens it up so that the whole thing can just admit it just like that without you having to struggle. Okay, so you check again, make sure it's going in the same way. Yes, and you leave it. Remember, there are hoods here. You press on it to release. So these ones, you press on it like that, it opens, and then you just insert it and you leave it and it locks up. Okay, so that is the cable used to check the saturations. When you do that, you see these lights come right on. One is the sensor, the other one sends the signal. So you put it on the baby to give you the readings of the heart rate and the saturations of the baby. And this is how you get. Okay, so let's see this. This says sensor off. So when you walk into a room, a baby is using it, you see sensor off, it means it is not on the baby. It is not on me. It is connected over. It's not on the baby. So you check, you make sure you put it on the baby. You put it on the right side of the baby. So you see that on the left, on the right leg, or on the right arm, just like that. I'm not a baby. We don't have a baby here. But then when you see these lines, it means that it's trying to pick a signal. It's reading something. Yes. So that is what it does. So the most important thing, when you put it on, you should see these lights. And these lights, when you put it on the baby, the light should be directly opposite to this. So that one sends the signal, the other one receives it. And then it will give you the accurate saturations of the baby. Sensor off, it is not on the baby. And then when it gives you these straight lines, it means it's trying to pick a signal. Or it's reading. Okay, so that is what this is about. Okay, so we have a normal heart rate of a baby and the safest saturation rate we want our baby to be. We are saying the heart rate, we want it to be 100 to 160 beats per minute, okay? And the saturation, we want 90 to 95. Those are the safest ranges that we want for our baby. Remember we talked about retinopathy of the newborn and all that. So basically, what we want to do with this part is, whilst it's monitoring the baby, the machine should be able to tell us when there is something wrong with the baby. It should be able to alarm when all these parameters that we are setting is going below or above to prevent complications in the baby. So this is the part that measures your heart rate, okay? The part that measures your SpO2, sorry, and this is the part that measures your heart rate. There is an SpO2 sign here, and there's a heart sign here, okay? So we want to set the up and the down parameters. So if we are saying that the normal heart SpO2 or the safest range of our SpO2 is between 90 to 95, okay, then we wouldn't want it to alarm the very moment it goes above 95 or the very moment it goes below 90. So we would set our alarms to +2, -2, so 88 and then 97, meaning that if the saturation should go above 97, then it should alarm so that we do something about it. Or if you should go below 88, then it should alarm so that we do something about it. And this is how you put the information into the system. So to do that, there's a percentage sign here. Okay, so the SpO2 is measured in percentages. So there's a percentage sign here. When you press on it, you realize this starts blinking, meaning it's ready for you to make adjustments to it. And we have a plus and a minus sign here. Okay, it stopped, so you press it again. And we are saying that our upper was 1 + 2. So if it's 95, then we are going to 97. So we are setting it to 97. So we press on a plus, and go like that. It's 97. I want my 97. So we press OK to lock it in. Immediately you press OK, you realize it's going down to your lower limit. We are saying we want the lower limit to be 88. Okay, so 88, we have 89, meaning I should reduce it by 1. Okay, so you stop the game, we have to start the whole process. You press here, you press on the percentage sign, it starts beeping. I like the 97, so I lock it in. Then it goes up here, 89, I reduce it by 1, so I press the minus button. 88, I like it, so I lock it in. So I have set my parameters. Okay, that is for the SpO2 part. The same way when